So, Bob, there's some exciting news that you want to give the exclusive on right now.
Yeah, well, there is, Mel. The Bob Irwin Wildlife Fund has worked very well over the last few years. However, it's been very limited to what it could do. And so I've been fortunate enough now to surround myself with some very dedicated and passionate people who have the same ideas about our environment and conservation that I have. And so we formed a brand new foundation, and I'm really looking forward to some of the areas that we can now get into that we couldn't get into before, because Judy and I just didn't have the time to do it. So, I find it a very exciting thing that's going to happen now. And also, I guess for me, one of the most important parts about this whole thing is that when I'm no longer in this physical body, there'll be people there that believe the same as what I do, will be able to carry on to make sure that our children and our children's children have a safe and healthy environment. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
So does this sort of concept happen over a cup of tea, or has it been years in the making? Or
I think it happened over a cup of tea, really, Mel. But it's then grown from there. It's grown from there because I've had such good friends around me over the years that have helped in all sorts of different ways. And all of those people have come up with these great ideas to progress a little bit further on than what I've been able to do on my own.
Right, so who do you think in the bigger picture will benefit from the Bob Irwin Wildlife and Conservation Foundation?
Well, I would hope in the future that my children's children will be the ones that benefit most, and probably the planet as a whole. I think we can do some great things, and one of the things that we will be getting into will be the education of young people. I think that's really, really important.
Right, so what is something that the person at home can do from their backyard right now to improve their environment and to help nature and wildlife?
Well, Mel, people have always been able to do that. They can plant trees, native trees, and they can, to create corridors for the animals. They can have frog ponds, and they can do all these sorts of things. But they've been always able to do those sorts of things. It's just that we've got to get that special message out there to all the people to get everybody to actually come on board.
Right, so you've got a new website launching too. So will there be tips and hints and ideas on how to make frog ponds and these sort of things for the average person?
Well, Mel, I certainly hope so. I won't personally be doing the website. You will be, and on your past record and from the small amounts I've seen up till now, I think it's going to be a huge success. I think, I'm. As you know, I'm an animal person rather than a people person. I always have been. However, it is so nice to be surrounded by people that believe in the same things I believe in, and I can only see good things happening.
Right, and people need to see more of this country. We were talking about that just a moment ago. I think, would it be right to say that children need to be taken more out into nature, into the bush, to explore?
Well, we've actually got people in the city now that have never been outside the suburbs. They've never been into the country. They probably don't know where milk comes from, some of them. So, and actually, this is one of the projects that we're going to get involved in further on down the track, is to try and have a situation where we can train young people, where we can take young people out into the bush, give them some hints and some ideas on how to appreciate what we have in this beautiful country.
Great idea, and thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Mel.